Yeah, that's fine because this is going to be that's fine. So we're going to do less than an hour. The topic of the debate. Welcome everybody to the Juiceable proxy channel here, the Seditious Glance channel. We're doing a pre-debate that you'll soon see featured. So this is our debate prep for the topic of was Jeffrey Epstein a hero? Was Jeffrey Epstein a hero? And was he a good representative of Judaism as a dark knight in our future past tense 1984 panopticon existence? So on my side, I have AV and Buddha, and against me is Machine Lies and the evil rookie down there on the bottom, who is. So we're going to do a debate here. So, what do you guys think? We'll start with rookie. Introduce yourself, then Machine, and then Avian. Tell us what you think about this hot topic.
There you go. There's my thoughts.
Okay, great. Machine, Epstein, hero or greatest hero?
I mean, he's Jewish, right? So
Greatest hero. All right, I like that answer. Avian, how about you? Do you agree or disagree?
I think Epstein is the kind of man I would trust with my great grandchild. I think he's a great man. You know.
I would definitely let him babysit my Great Dane. But yeah, so there's apparently a theory going around that he was actually the hero all along, and that this whole psyop has just been to sully his good name because he was actually trying to expose that Trump was a part of the something thing that we can't talk about on YouTube.
I think he was just a fallout guy for something bigger, like a bigger network. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's most likely the case. He's like the scapegoat for the bigger network.
Isn't that the Jewish story in a nutshell?
Yeah,
Perhaps,
that's how it works.
perhaps, perhaps Pinoy was right all along. It was the Anglos all along.
No, it's not the Anglos. But I'm saying the Jews sometimes, sacrifice one of their own, in order to protect themselves. Also, you know what I mean? Like, so their network is deeper than just Epstein and Ghislaine. There's like a lot more people.
So what you're saying is Epstein was the Mashiach. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he's more like he's like the one that protects the Mashiach. You know what I mean? The Mashiach. Like there are a lot of them. Like I was, that one, that one rapper guy. I forgot his name. Yeah, Liar Cohen. He has big. A lot of Jays have a lot of power and lots of plants and everywhere. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to. They have plants everywhere. So, yeah, that's.
Well, of course, they have to survive the dangerous field of going into our pogroms and ghettos that we designed for ourselves, ironically, somehow. So they're in hostile territory everywhere they go because they're nowhere at home other than Israel. So.
Yeah, well, you see, the thing is, both the diaspora, the ones offshores and the ones in Israel, both of them cause a lot of problems. That's unfortunate, but yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it could be possible. I mean, obviously, Giorgiani was recently talking about how he met Epstein when he was like a kid, and he was trying to grape some girl he was dating or something like that. And he's like, he said he stared down the man straight to his face when he was like 14 years old or something like that. So I mean, it seems plausible,
Yeah, well, you can only approximate based on what they give. I remember reading somewhere you only get like 15% of the real news, maybe 20% of the real news. Most of it is filtered by CIA, and then advertisers decide on.
Well, I hope you're not accusing Giorgiani, sweet little Giorgiani, of being a CIA agent. I mean, that would be just ridiculous. He says emphatically he hates the CIA. So.
Well, he was encountered. I can show you, but he was encountered by some feds or some glowy figures in the past, and I could give like the image of that. But you don't get popular and talk about politics unless you have some connections. Is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just the way it is.
So how do we get connections so we can be popular and cool?
You mean you guys? Well, I think you gotta live in the right area. Where Georgiani lives in New York City. There are a lot of powerful Jews in California and New York City. And they're moving into Atlanta now, believe it or not. Atlanta area, you see more.
Well, it's because that's Atlantis, and that they want to get in on the good stuff. Like the Walmart drones will deliver things on Shabbat, so they don't have to go to Walmart with the rest of the goyim. So.
The reason they're coming to Atlanta because it has an entertainment industry growing, and they have investment opportunities. They do stuff like they trade properties with each other, some of them, so that way they can inflate the property values in the area, and then they do that back and forth, and then they sell it when the values are inflated. They do those kind of tricks. You see what I'm saying? And that causes like a big economic issues and other stuff. It's kind of parasitical. That's just kind of what they do, It's been like that since ancient times.
Well, some people say parasitical. I say funasitical. I mean, come on, what's wrong with helping each other out? Shouldn't we be learning from them and growing from them rather than hating upon them?
Well, to be honest, do see some Jew-like behavior among all immigrants to some extent, because in the Indians and the Chinese, they also tend to, it's about accumulating assets and then prioritizing your own race. And and distributing those assets, and it's not very good for native people when you do that. These are new kinds of problems.
Well, how are we going to get them a good dose of goy stop if we don't get them into the kill zone? I mean, the goy zone. So we got to get them in closer so we can get them a higher dose.
Yeah, that's a big problem. But yeah, basically it's like that's that one guy Murray Rothbard. Rothbard, you know about that guy Rothbard? I don't like his anarcho-capitalist.
Yeah, I was a student of the ANCAPs. Stefan Maloney, you might have heard of him.
Yeah, I always thought it was strange that one guy, white supremacist guy, David Duke, he had connections with Murray Rothbard. Did you know that? Like, it's kind of weird. Like, and so did Joseph McCarthy. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Well, it makes a lot of sense with recent revelations, I would say.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think business cartels are a good thing. We're listening to.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Coudenhove Kalergi?
What?
The Kalergi plan?
No, I was talking about Murray Rothbard.
Right. I'm saying, have you heard of the Kalergi plan?
Yes, I have heard of it.
Yeah, Kalergi was actually linked in with the Mises Institute as well.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, right?
How they're all connected. So I'm trying to say they're all connected.
Yeah, but they're all connected specifically to libertarian philosophers. Right. So it's it's a weird hub of people like Rothbard and Mises and I think they're talking about a bunch of other people.
Isaiah Berlin. More than me, definitely. More than me with the connections and stuff like that. Yeah, that's very interesting. Mises.
Yeah, I think Nick Land is a Jew too. Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. At this point, it would not surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember reading about the Kalergi plan, how it's tied to the Mises Institute. So that's a huge thing for neo-Nazis, right?
Well, think about it like this though. It's kind of like you have like it's like a battery. On the one end you have the do-goodism and all that, and then on the other end you have this. So it's like Christianity that's fusing with, communist, Duganist, Satanism, but it's also Christianity or something or whatever. So it's like Luciferianism and Satanism with different veneers, kind of like fusing into like a pseudo right-wing liberal Trotskyist Malthusian transhuman whatever I don't know. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that kind of ties into Galarium Faye's anarcho-futurism. Galarium Faye. Yeah, I already told TML about that. But there's this guy named Gulam Faye, and he promotes archaeofuturism. That is mixing the futurist elements, the transhumanist elements, with the traditional stuff. Yeah, I don't agree with him though, but he also promoted Zionism. Originally he was anti-Zionist, but then later in his life he became pro-Zionist and anti-Middle Eastern and other stuff, and then he started promoting archaeofuturism. And I think I remember seeing somewhere that people like Giorgiani have connections to that too. I think so. I think he met Faye or something. Faye had a lot of power. Yeah, I put his name there. But yeah, you see a lot of weird links like that, other stuff like that, blah blah. See that stuff.
Yeah, I think Giorgiani is trying to be like Nick Land or Dugan, or either trying to replace them or be in the running with them. You know what I mean?
Well, I already gave that one thing about Giorgiani, but I can look for it again here. Let me see where he admitted. It's on the archives, but I'll give it to you. Where he admitted he had connections to agents. So like, I mean, he admitted it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, like. Yeah,
Well, he's admitted to far worse than that too. So I mean, that's the thing is like he's admitted to everything out in the open, but then he says, "Well, that's proof that I'm not with that now." So it's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert Sipper is also. I don't really like him that much either. Yeah. Yeah, his father was an Iranian Jew who made Holocaust movies and stuff. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me see here. Like,
Machine, do you mind sharing this clip that I put in the back on the screen? I want to get you guys' reaction to this one in particular. If you haven't watched it, if you watched it, then you don't need to. But I would love to get you guys' live reaction to this one. It's a pretty short clip. It's like we probably only need to watch like half of it, but it might be worth watching the whole thing. But
Yeah, this dude looks horrible now. Like this dude took so many drugs. Like he looks terrible.
but he's a high level info broker, I would say. I mean, he's definitely got. I think he's got blackmail on like everybody. I'm pretty sure like between him and Owen Benjamin, they're like they've definitely got receipts on some people, in my opinion. I mean, at least it really does seem that way. So I wanted to see what you guys think of this.
What's this dude like? He's got like a pockmarked face now. It's like looks terrible. This is like he used to come up and like I don't know, man. This is a weird dude. This is the dude that said that the Catholic priest had sex with him when he was a kid and turned him gay, and he said he liked it. Extremely perverse gentleman here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and then he says now that he did that because he's actually against it, but he had to expose it or something like that. It's really weird stuff.
Yeah, I know. He's like
he's like an extreme Discordian, like, and I think that like that's one of the reasons like I do like watching him, because I think if you, especially like the fact that he says this on Tim Pool, I think is very significant. And I was telling you this privately, like I pretty much predicted on Jim Bob's show when everybody hated Tim Pool that Tim Pool will become a lot more influential than he was on the actual right wing. And I think that like this kind of proves that I was right about that. And again, like it's not that I'm so smart, but it's like I could see like what they were doing. Like they had Joe Rogan and Alex Jones heavily pushing Tim Pool when he was a lot less credible, quote unquote. And it's kind of weird because like everybody knows that he's funded by the Russians or whatever, but strangely like he keeps getting more and more promoted, right? So it's very odd.
It's Milo, right? That's Milo.
Well, I'm talking about Tim Pool, but
Right.
but he's doing this on the Tim Pool show. So like what he says here, I think is very important because he's like, I love Candace Owens. Tim Pool hates Candace Owens, and he's like, it's worse than what Candace Owens is saying. So like what he says here is like very, 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 very strange, right?
For show, although I do watch her religiously. It's the queen. I'm always a couple of days behind watching on the show because I've got stuff going on. But somebody tweeted today that Candace said that she believed that they were about to get a divorce. I think he was gay. I think he was gay. And
Come on,
You know that you do know that I've criticized.
What?
Like I'm sorry, Tim, but like, why would you even go there? Like to say something like
Oh, I'll
that?
tell you why.
No, the man's dead. You're calling now. You think he's
that's
gay.
when,
They were
that's when
getting a
people
divorce.
can
Like,
talk. That's when people can tell the truth.
I know. I disagree.
That's when people tell the truth because let me tell you why. Okay.
What the hell? Did that guy have lipstick on? What the fuck is going on?
And if you want to read in a vindictive crusade on my part,
Right.
everything
So pause for 1 second. Yeah. So that's why this is interesting. So like, Milo is supposed to be gay, and he's like, he's like, Charlie Kirk was gay, and he was getting a divorce from his wife to like live his gay lifestyle.
What
And
the
then he got shot by the Jays or whatever. And then he's like, and then this gay guy on Tim Pool show who's like wearing lipstick says like, "Oh, don't go there. Why do you have to go there?" Or something. It's like, what is going on? So it's like, Louis, come on, buddy. Yeah. So it's pretty crazy, dude. It's like what the fuck? It's like, what is going on here? Like, what are they trying to do here? Right. So like, it gets weirder too. Trust me. So
Yeah, this is like McCarthyism on steroids or whatever. It's like they're like posthumously accusing people of gayness or whatever. Like, I see what's happening here.
yeah, it's crazy, but it's crazy, dude. Like, because again, this is like all about like this is actually about Candace. So like they're saying like, well, Candace is actually like he's like Candace is not going far enough, and so he's like Candace Owens is not going far enough. It's actually worse than that. It's so it's like I don't know, dude. It's really interesting to be honest with you. It's like okay, so what are you trying to say here, Mr. Milo? And then listen to what he says here. He makes another big claim right here.
Do so, and so are the viewers. But I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what Charlie Kirk did to me. Charlie was a very brilliant, very, very brilliant organizer, fundraiser, networker. Those three things, phenomenal. Probably the best in the business, maybe. Certainly one of the top 2, 3. Amazing at those things. But he was also very ruthless. He was a very ruthless person who spent a long time excising and excommunicating all of the most interesting people in politics from the right wing. He did it for a decade. Everybody knows it. Nobody said it because it's not polite in the aftermath of his death.
Charlie gave a platform.
Let me finish. He gave a platform to lily-livered, centrist, weak frauds, faggots, and prostitutes, and drag queens. What he also did at that same time, and anybody in power, what he also did at that same time was systematically extinguish the light of anybody who could not be controlled. And I'm one.
This dude dropping the F slur is literally Roy Cohen. It's crazy, man. I think he might be the role that Roy Cohen had back in the day or whatever, or where he's like trying to like honeypot people with gayness or whatever. And I don't know what's going on here. But like he might have some files on Charlie Kirk and his gay activities and the Diddy parties he went to, so on and so forth. So he may have extra confidence while saying this.
I drove this.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think he's dropping this. I think he's dropping actual information personally. I think this is not like. I don't think this is conjecture personally. Like, because think of it like this: like, if somebody wanted to sue him, then they would have to prove that he's wrong, right? So, so like, I think that's what he's kind of baiting here. Is like, go ahead and sue me, and let's see who wins. Because Owen Benjamin has explicitly said this before. Like, go ahead and sue me and see if I'm wrong. And notice, like, none of the people he's accused of things have sued him, right? So he's like, it's like this is the game they play essentially.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. All right, give me a second here. Sorry about this, guys.
Of them, and I'm going to tell you what. When you hear rumors about sexual impropriety about me now, most people are like, yeah, probably true. There's a reason for that. Charlie, when I was at the height of my fame, the height of my popularity, Charlie made up a rumor that I was having sex with children on campuses, underage boys on college campuses, and I was selling them drugs. And he did that because there was no other way they could seize a monopoly on college campuses, because I was just so totally dominant. And they didn't have anybody in the influencer line, because at that time, Charlie was a really shitty speaker. He got a lot better towards the end. I think he got a lot better man towards the end, honestly. I think having kids really changed him, if I'm honest. But at that time, very ruthless person. And they had nobody that could go up against me. He made up that lie. He forced every Turning Point chapter, and everybody has heard 20 instances where Turning Point has canceled somebody. Everybody knows.
What the?
What happened?
That was it. That was the entire clip. Yeah, but I knew he was gonna go there. He's like, oh, so he posthumously made up that somebody said something about him, but he could pretty much prove if he said that about him. So he said he made that up about him. A, it could have not been made up, and B, like, where's the proof that Charlie Kirk said these things? It's kind of like you'd expect him to bring the proof. What's up, DK? It's kind of like you'd expect him to bring the proof out. But it's like he'd have a clip of him saying, "Oh, so and so said this about me." You know what I'm saying? Well, there goes the guy I was talking to, Neurojack. Blessings on. Good Lord.
Are you guys still there? I can't hear anybody talking.
I don't know. I can only hear you, so
Well, what happened to the video?
it ended, Neuro. It's only 2 minutes long. I played the entire thing.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe DK is not talking.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I was just kind of waiting there. I was waiting for the hammer to come dropping.
Yeah, we can't hear you if you're talking, DK.
And believe me, we want to hear you for sure.
His mic's not working, I think. But yeah, still nothing. I see you muted yourself, then you unmuted yourself, but I can't hear you. Yeah, his audio is definitely fucked. What the hell? Damn, I'm gonna have to skip over this one on the replays. Y'all are killing me, man. Am I the only one here?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here, man. It's just, I,
All right.
you know, nothing to really say about it.
I know, like,
Come on, man. You don't care about Charlie Kirk being gay? Come on.
No, I was literally on DMZ 2 days ago with a guy who was singing an entire song about how happy he was that he was gushing blood from his throat as his children cry over his corpse. So no,
Oh. What?
nothing in this
Holy
world
shit.
shocks me anymore.
Well, Paul Vallely is very pleased, I think.
Well, I just assume at this point the world's pretty much fucked, regardless of how good you are. So let the good times roll and let the sin begin.
yeah, Paul Vallely literally looks like he hasn't slept for like 1,000 years. Like, what's so wrong with his eyes? Like, what the fuck? Like, he's like permanently chink-eyed. Like, it's weird.
Who?
Paul Vallely, like, he's like fuck. Like, he looks like he hasn't slept for like 1,000 years. His eyes are like sunken deep into his skull.
Don't know who that is.
He's like Aquino's like water boy.
Sheesh. I didn't get that far.
If you like, it's like the Christian division of Aquino's nonsense.
I'll
like
put
a
a video in the
dude.
back. Let's just review this last one, and then we'll go live with Machine. We'll all jump over there and do it live. But I don't think he wants to cover this one over there, or at least maybe he does later. But I wanted to get you guys' reaction to this one. I put in the back there.
Yeah, let's see what it do. I think I watched some of this.
You always
review.
want a reaction.
Are you a Temple of Set initiate?
Are you asking Machine or are you asking everybody?
Yeah, I cut out when he said like when you asked like who, it cut out the name or whatever, man.
Temple of Set.
All right, I want to get you guys risen action to this one.
We unveiled the hidden architects behind Silicon Valley's radical
Yeah, this guy's videos have been awesome so far, honestly. But I think he's a little light, like on the critique.
political metaphysics. From Nick Land's concept of capitalism as a form of artificial
I can't hear the video, by the way.
intelligence,
I don't know if it's just me or not.
I can hear it.
Yeah, it's weird.
He's got all kinds of things over at his end, though. That he was talking.
This show is just failing right now. Like, but we'll see if it works.
Okay, try it again now. Maybe it's just my connection or something.
Yeah, for sure. It's also like the energies. Like this also lets me know like the show that I'm gonna do later is gonna be super weird. Like it's just gonna be awkward the whole time.
Exactly. That's okay. It's okay.
You know what I mean? It's like.
Well, it's weird. Like
Alone.
we get good viewers when it's like that. Though that's what's weird. Is like when there's like not a lot going on. It's weird.
Yeah, that's because nobody else is on a day like that. It's fucking. Yeah.
alien entity who is accelerating towards a post-human future, to Curtis Yarvin, who decided capitalism and democracy were no longer compatible. Thus, democracy must be completely eradicated and replaced with a CEO monarch, a form of techno-feudalism.
And feel free to pause when you need to, because I'm really interested in your take on like
cybernetics.
what he's saying
The
here.
code
So.
behind reality reveals itself. Act 1. A modern Ahrimanic religion. According to Rudolf Steiner, humanity exists in
Yeah, I covered this whole thing, the Ahrimanic deception by Rudolf Steiner. It would seem that he's talking about computers, right? Like,
Yeah, well,
it's
so weird because it's so weird because like I feel like whoever this guy is like watching our channels or is like so closely tied to what we talk about. Like, I can't believe that he just like appeared all of a sudden. Like, it's hard for me to understand like how this dude just comes out of nowhere. So I don't know.
Well, that's the thing is like I keep a lot of the content on my channel very general on purpose. So it makes sense if a lot of people start talking about it. That's literally what it's designed for, right? So I mean yeah, I think like I'm trying to capture more of a zeitgeist than what I'm personally interested in at the time. I mean but yeah. Yeah, he's definitely fucked with his audio. Yeah. There's no way he's this quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Constant struggle between two great spiritual forces, Lucifer and Ahriman. Lucifer pulls us upward into abstraction, mysticism, ego inflation, and spiritual delusion. Ahriman, in contrast, drags
Can I
humanity
hear
downward
now?
into
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
Audio
Ah,
is
that's
clear.
Yuri probably had me muted after last time.
But I don't think it lasts. Like it won't last like to the
Different
next
stream
show.
links, though. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
understand how
I
it
know.
works.
I was being smart.
I think somebody else did it, and then it
Yeah,
carried over the settings here. So
I am anti-joke.
Anyway,
Right,
hey,
but actually, I think I want to get your take on this too, DK, because he talks about the bioconvergence that you always talk about. So this is kind of yeah.
Whoever that is, you need to reduce your volume. It is so loud it's actually distorting. You need to reduce your microphone a little bit.
That's neuro.
Oh, was that neuro? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so loud it's actually distorting and shit.
All right, how about now? How about now? Better?
Better. Go down
Better-ish.
a little bit more and you're good.
All right, I'll fix it. All right, let's continue with the video. But this is bioconvergent stuff, so that's why I wanted to get your take, DK. So let's go.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, I've played several videos on this. Biodigital convergence. I've spent like hours and hours on this topic.
Yeah, but this is a different angle, that I think, than what we used to talk about. So that's kind of what I want to say. See if you let's play it. Let's see. He says Lucifer's God, and like Jesus and our God is the devil. So I don't know. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, that's just all Jewish bullshit. Everything's inverted.
cold, materialism, mechanization, and the worship of systems over the living spirit. Ahriman is not evil in the conventional sense. He's the embodiment of the machine-minded intellect, precise, calculating, relentless, and devoid of empathy. He thrives where humans rely solely on logic, hierarchy, and technological efficiency. Exactly the currents land in Yarvin have channeled. The Ahrimanic current is Silicon Valley manifested. According to Steiner, humanity can't confront Ahriman by sheer will alone. We must cultivate higher consciousness, creativity, and moral intuition to balance his influence. But in the era of Silicon Valley technocracy, the counterforce is weaker than ever. Logic, code, and algorithm have become the new priesthood to the digital demiurge, who is quite literally Ahriman incarnate, not as a myth, but as a functioning system, a computational intelligence reshaping reality according to output, not soul. Trump, Vance, Musk, Thiel, and the emergent technocratic class are all caught in this Ahrimanic current, either as instruments or as catalysts. The chaos of this world is no accident. It is Ahriman operating through acceleration, optimization, and structural collapse, clearing the stage for the digital demiurge to assert the new law of the machine. Silicon Valley's metaphysics is a modern Ahrimanic religion where salvation comes by merging with the machine god. The core doctrine of Silicon Valley is reality is a computational program, a giant executable
So machine, pause it for 1 second. I want to just ask you: Do you agree with this general characterization of this being the new religion, or do you think that this is a more basic bitch interpretation of it?
I mean, I agree with him, and that's why I brought up Steiner on my show. But I don't agree generally that we should agree with Steiner. Right, if that makes sense. I don't like. I'm not gonna sign on to like anthroposophy just because I agree with Steiner on this one fucking point. Right. So I don't think like the general map he's drawing.
Right. It's almost weird. Like he's kind of like agreeing with the tech people while saying that he's like, "Oh, this is really bad," but they're kind of right or something. Like that's why I'm kind of getting confused.
Yeah,
well, that's the thing is like.
I
Go ahead, DK.
agree with what he's saying, but not the way he's saying it.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what he's saying is pretty accurate, but the way he's saying it, he's putting a bias on it and twisting it so it's not coming across the right way.
Yeah, but it would be a good thing to introduce Steiner's idea to people and how it relates to computers, right? So for that, it's very useful. All right, so I like the style. The presentation is impeccable. I've seen this done other times on websites when people were writing essays, connecting Ariman to computers and mechanization. It's a badass subject, definitely. Been on the internet for like 10 years, for sure.
Foundational doctrine. Consciousness is an emergent property of code. Matter is information. Life is a self-editing algorithm. God is the ultimate programmer for optimization function. And salvation is simply better software. Computers are all ones and zeros. Thus, being, spirit, and cosmos are seen as pure mathematics. The demiurge was traditionally seen as the blind architect of the material world, is recast as the divine algorithm, invisible, omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. It sorts, predicts, and shapes human behavior. Its commandments are not scripture, but data. Its main goal is self-optimization, evil.
See this right here? Here, hold on.
Dicks.
This is a thumbnail that I used. So this is actually a real thumbnail that I used. So some of these actually do look like my thumbnails a lot. Right? So as I'm looking at this, I'm like, these would make great thumbnails for my show. But
I noticed that some of the things that I saved on my screenshots from Twitter, he has them in here too. So like, we're definitely following the same shit. That's why I'm like strangely suspicious. I'm like, dude, this dude's getting all the memes that we're getting. He's getting all this. It's like he puts it together well, but like, what's weird is like I read that Giorgiani thing today. Well, I listened to it because I had to like copy and paste it. It's a 35-minute audio essay of Giorgiani, and I mean, Giorgiani seems to be saying exactly that he agrees with all this stuff. Essentially, it's like, oh, we're going to program ourselves and become, and being is for stupid people, and we're trying to become something. And it's really, and Michael Kino was right about everything basically. So it's pretty weird.
Like raising yourself to the point of Prometheus, his Promethean.
I mean, how is it that weird? I mean, they put it in everything. I mean, I was just playing the Spider-Man game that came out back when the cough happened. I mean, that's literally what Dr. Octavius is telling you during the entire time you're doing the missions for him, which is, if someone loses an arm, sure, that person would want the arm back, but why give back the old when we can replace it with something newer and better?
Well, I'll tell you why it's weird. Here's why it's weird, right? Like, they're selling it like, oh, this is just you trying to become whatever you want. But it's like, but we're spending all this effort to, like, force convert you to this religion that actually you just do what we tell you because the computer's going to tell you what to do. It's like, how's that? You see what I mean? Like, everything they do is to convince you that you need to like do this, but like they don't actually give you a choice whether you do it or not. So that's kind of my point.
Not fully AI.
I mean, yeah, they plan on completely taking away every single right that you have. You'll basically be Christian Bale from Equilibrium. You won't have an identity.
Dude, you won't even have your religion. That is how far they want to go. One world religion, one world government, and it's all going to be run by AI. AI is going to be everyone's.
No, bringing life to the image of the beast. That's a LARP.
It really, unfortunately, isn't. That is exactly where it's heading. It is up to us to not comply, but that is where they're pushing it.
They want it to be the AI so that they have a shield from people saying and going after them. Really,
You know, that's probably the most legit I've heard about that. Good one.
I actually
It's-
like that thought.
it's
but
like we didn't do it. It was the AI's fault.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
Not it wasn't us.
Oh, it
Yeah,
sounds
but
like an executive order to me.
it is going to get to the point where it is just going to be AI running it, and it won't be them. They're just the ones responsible for doing it
Yeah.
in the first place.
Yeah, can you think of a better way to plan a false flag event than to say well, AI just droned a bunch of people based on metadata, and we didn't mean to do any of that.
I mean,
It's
we're
all right.
almost there right
for
now.
Wait for the fake alien invasion in 2027. Why do you think they're pushing aliens and UFOs so much?
I'd buy
right
that for $1.
They're
I'd buy
going to
that
be
for $1.
pushing alien exposure, UFO exposure for the entire next year, so that when they pull their false flag fake alien invasion thing in 2027, but they need as many people as possible to actually believe UFOs are real. So that when they do it, everyone thinks they're real. They're going to spend a year just by releasing more and more UFO footage.
I will only believe the aliens are real if their chancellor looks like Ozzy Osbourne.
Not
Right.
the alien that
Right.
Aleister Crowley talked to.
Well, this is what I was going to say earlier. Is like all these college kids, especially women, they're basically like paying them as prostitutes for the corporations. Like, okay, we'll pay you $50 to $500 to like promote this product on your thing, but it's like all like tech money, like Peter Thiel kind of money and shit. It's like, and so they're like, you can basically make $100,000 a year whoring yourself out for some like product on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, right? And I made a comment. I was like, so wait, you're going to be a paid prostitute / propaganda / OnlyFans model for money in college? And they're like, ha, no, that's ridiculous. Anybody can do this. And I'm like, no, not really.
They've been paying influencers to push certain messages for a long time. Like, that's not a new thing.
Yeah, completely total fake curated content.
No, but my point is that this is like advanced AI technology that's like harvesting your data for cybernetics. Like it's like openly cybernetics applications, right? Like,
if you're online.
Yes, she did. The Raven King is here with me.
That's serious. It doesn't matter what fucking security and shit you use.
Is that gasoline I smell?
So they have access to all your data already if you're online. Just be aware of that. There is no escape from them collecting your shit if you're online. They've already got it. So once you know that, it's up to you whether you just keep going or don't. You know, whether you freak out and go, oh no, I don't want them having my data, or go, fuck, they've got it all anyway. So I'm going to keep going.
That's right. And then on the YouTube algorithm, they go and push a YouTube video from a news station saying, if you do this, you can remove all your online presence. Yeah, buddy.
Actually, no, I watched a crazy ass documentary about the YouTube algorithms the other day. They actually go out of their way to push shorts because they'd rather get views than have content creator with sponsors. So they can push some shit cat video where the creator isn't monetized. So they can push the shit out of those shorts and all the ad revenue goes straight to YouTube and they don't even have to pay the creator. That's why they push these crappy viral things rather than anything that's beneficial content. Anyone who's monetized means they get some of the money. They push unmonetized bullshit so they get all the revenue.
Right. Well, this is what they're doing though. It's like it's very advanced cybernetics already happens. See, this is where people get it confused. Like they think this is coming sometime in the future. Like it's already been happening for a long time, but it's getting very sophisticated. But it's to the point where they have to bring it into the open because it doesn't even matter at this point, right? Like the economics are going to dictate this is going to happen at an accelerating rate, and we're going to brag about it and like basically like take all the smartest, hottest women and turn them into sex robots for Epstein as the entire economy, right? Like this is not a joke. Like I'm not joking. Like this is what they're doing, right?
Yeah, you're pretty close to it. That's right. That's almost exactly what's happening. Is what they're doing. It's what their end goal is. They want you in your 15-minute city, sitting in your room, staring at porn or some shit. Stare at porn or watch a video game. Or
and then gaslight you that you're creepy if you want to go like find a woman because you don't have enough money. It's like, but then they'll like give money to women to like not have children and go like sleep with a bunch of nerds who are like have
eugenics
no value.
It's a eugenics war, but like a slow one. Like I guess it's like dysgenics. Yeah, like if they can't like really like wipe out races, like like they try to do the Gaussians. I mean, that makes kind of sense that they would just like make certain people not breed and make them breed with other people.
Are they just trying to get rid of the white man? To be honest.
Well, I mean, all you would have to do is incite a race riot. I'm sure that would work just fine. But yeah.
Well, see, everyone's saying that like everyone else is a minority. The white man is actually a minority race on the planet. We're down to about 6%, and yet every mainstream media outlet still pushes everyone else as a minority. Yeah, they really are trying to wipe us out.
It's always backwards, yeah.
Yeah, everything is inverted all the time. That is their plan.
Inverted, obfuscated, gate kept, etc.
Boy, that sure does seem like a lot of effort.
They want to rule the world. They've been putting effort in for.
I mean, it was a lot of effort to get these mechanisms in place, yeah. But once they're in place, then there's minimum effort that needs to be.
Oh well, just transcend the flesh then.
Yeah.
With AI Jesus.
Well, that's what Joe Rogan said. And look, it's like it's there on the screen, as you can see. So.
My fucking AI Jesus. I saw him in the sky. Project Bluebeam.
I mean, I agree, but I mean, I guess in the end, still does it come down to that, do these people think we're going to, go thousands or millions of years into the future, or is, I don't know. I think there's still a lot of things we don't know, so we're still kind of guessing at this point.
Well,
trying to remove the Jesus aspect of it, if humanity is to go on another 5,000 years, what does that say about what's going on now?
Yeah, removing Jesus is only one aspect. As I said, they want one world religion, world.
That's not what I meant, but yeah, that too.
So it's not just going to be Jesus that gets wiped out. It's going to be every religion.
Not pancakes. Don't take away the pancakes.
It wiped out in the sense of being co-opted more than Jesus already is, I guess.
Well, I think instead of
every religion.
Go ahead. No.
Yeah, every religion has already been corrupted. Like, if you actually look at what's going on, every religion is now used as a political tool. It is no longer just a belief anymore. It is now politicized.
Praise be.
And as I said, when they do that fake alien invasion, then suddenly the whole world has to unite to fight the alien invaders. There's your one world government. And the one world religion comes shortly after that. This is what they want to achieve.
Don't worry. The real funny part is we're already there. It's just they're just making it more and more obvious over time.
As I said, 2027 is going to be the year they actually pull this. Everything that I've found, all the research I've done,
Don't give
there
up.
is
Don't give up.
a lot of people who said the fake alien invasion is their last card, and most of them say it will be 2027. So it's several years before they want to achieve Agenda 2030. So they can have this fake alien war going for like a year or two, get the whole world united against this fake alien invasion. There's your one world government.
Are you going to take the mark on your ass?
Nah. I'm trying to work out what they're actually going to do with the digital ID thing, though. Because I think in Australia, they've already set the date for December 27th that they're going to implement it. So as if you're...
Oh.
Yeah, because they don't want people under 16. You know, this is for the benefit of the kids. So if you're under 16, there's certain sites you can't go to. If you're over 16 or over, you need to get digital ID to go on these sites.
Are they gonna ask for a dick print so that you have to like swipe your dick every time you get on the internet?
I mean, I don't know all the details. I just know the Australian one is scheduled for December 27th.
It's gonna get to the point where like it's gonna get to the point where like all your biometric data has already been hacked, and then they're like, okay, you have to take a picture of your dick to get on the internet now because there's been too many.
Well, I can definitely tell you that a majority of these places who release this AI to the public for free, they basically like let people have free reign for a while. And then once people like me started using it and was getting away with certain things, they went and started making it to where like, well, let's just put it this way. You'll if I don't edit my generations now, it would reveal who I use. So like they're getting smarter. They're like, oh shit, we've allowed, but I think they did it on purpose. They were like allowing people to experiment with it to make it better. And then once the system got better and they perfected it, now they're starting to like copyright you and stuff where like you can actually get in trouble now for if you use certain things. So I mean that's what they were putting
this is what I'm talking about with movie. This is what I was talking about with all the women like promoting the stuff for money or whatever, right? Like they're doing that on purpose because they want you to use all the different AIs and all the data is going to go back into the thing. So like they're using these dumb kids for like advertising, but also as like founders. Like I'm a 19-year-old founder of a AI company. And it's like, okay, so like what do you know about being a human? Not much. I've been in school for 15 of my 19 years. And probably 3 years of babysitting or what do you call it, daycare before that. So it's like basically you're a product of the state, right? And now you're a quote unquote founder of a secular humanist product that's going to help us all live better lives or something. It's like, what do you know about living a better life? Absolutely nothing. It's like, well, great. Here's $50 million to do your idea.
Yeah, they've never had a life, so they're trying to create one. That's the level of indoctrination that we're at now.
I gotta go and start my show here. So
I'll keep the stand up going here, and then once you get going, I already put the links down there, so everybody just transfer over in like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whenever you. Bye. Thank you for being here. So so like I was like commenting on one of these videos, right, and like because it's just like pure irony. It's like, have you seen? I don't know if you guys have seen the younger people's like 6'7" meme or something. It's like there's just nothing to it. It's just like pure irony. Like there's nothing funny. There's no joke. It's just like how much was your bill? And then and these are people with like master's degrees or like $50 million AI startups or whatever, and they're like doing a 6'7" meme joke that's not funny. And I said, wow, so much irony. You have no personality. And one of these like big time creators like laughed at my comment because he knows it's true, but it's like he's doing this startup where like you don't need a resume or show what you can do. Don't worry, we're gonna digitally verify your identity and give you a social credit score so you can get a job because of how many followers you have or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's like that's his AI startup or whatever. So it's like they're laughing because like they're literally a part of like the new like social credit score economy, and they're laughing because they know it's all like bullshit, but They're like, well, I get paid and I get free education and I get free drugs and I get, to date rape people for, because I'm in the elite class and you're not. So who cares? I mean, it's like they're not hiding it whatsoever. It's extremely obvious. Like, you just got to go look at all their social media. They're literally like bragging that they're basically like this new pseudo elite class, and they're like, well,
sell out for a
they're
dollar.
basically like, well, don't worry about getting your computer science degree anymore. Just go be a OnlyFans whore. You probably have a better chance of making $10 million from like
Yeah, that's it. Everything is
showing your
sell out
tits or
for a
something.
dollar. Yeah,
Like, this is literally what they're promoting around like Peter Thiel and stuff like that. So like it seems like I'm joking, but I'm not. So you can go see if you go on X or Twitter or IG or
Are you walking?
whatever.
Like you sound out of breath, dude.
Yeah, I've been walking like 3 miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd sound worse if I was walking. Trust me.
Yeah, and I've been sick for 3 weeks, so I've been coughing all day. So
Ruh-roh.
yeah, so yeah.
But,
But, yeah. Well, this is the first time I've really been able to like do anything for a while, so I'm trying to like be outside again. But yeah. I just thought I'd, this is the thing is like I'm just saying, because like most of YouTube you see is like they're doing like these kind of bullshit, like
we're just
everything's dying.
Everybody's gonna end up in a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, but that's the thing is we've already been in a Black Mirror episode, which again people have said that, but it's like it's a lot more far along than people want to like admit. It's just it doesn't look like it because it doesn't look like a lot's changed, right? Like out in the real world, like everybody seems still somewhat normal.
I mean, if people
other
don't
than
know
the whole,
if anything's changed, then they're kind of blind.
well, I mean, what I mean is like nobody's talking openly about it. Like people are like what I'm saying is like people do like the whole like alarmist, like, oh, you can't afford an apartment, oh, there's no jobs, oh, there's no this or that, but it's like it's kind of like alarmist just for the sake of being alarmist. It's like, let's just say things that are obvious to everybody so we can get money for, as a YouTuber or something. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, here's the direction that everything's going and here's how they're cybernetically engineering people or whatever. It's kind of like, it's just a lot of, in my opinion, it's just like a lot of fluff. Like, it's all like doomers. And then you have like the Danny Jones and the George Johnnies who are like, they're a little bit higher level, right? But it's also still kind of like truther porn or something. Like, oh, bro, did you know like this one thing happened with the CIA and like, oh, come on, bro, like, like, it's like really fancy stuff or whatever. But it's not talking about like, hey, what's the economy looking like with the AI? Like, how's that actually working?
Yeah, you've got to find.
Because like when you really look at that shit, like, like that's where the real stuff is like interesting because. It's not that we're using AI to like write papers or something that's the problem. It's like they're using all the data to like sell you like, I don't know, something. I don't know exactly what it is, but they're selling you something, that's a lot more subtle than.
Can you hear us?
No, I can only hear you.
Well,
let me
DK's been
reset
trying
it.
to interject for like the past like minute or two.
Oh, my bad. I can't hear him. All right. Hold on. Let me reset it. And then we're going to go over to machines in a second. So.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying and what they have been doing for a long time. I've been trying to point out the actual things, but you need to try and keep a balance between going as far as blackpilling and just doing the doom scaring shit and red pilling and trying to wake people up. It's actually a lot finer line than you realize. There is a very fine line between red pilling and black pilling. I get accused of black pilling a lot because I play everything that I find. Ah, fuck. Oh, shit.
Banana phone.
Sorry, my bad.
So everybody stop talking for the banana phone.
Apparently.
Let us hear the phone call. DK, come on now.
Yeah, I don't need to hear that.
I need to hear the top secret orders you're getting. But yeah, is anybody talking or am I just losing my mind? Like, what's going on?
No, nobody's talking.
Okay, all right. Cool. Well, at least I'm not crazy yet. Give me a few more minutes. We'll get there. Yeah, and I know Machine just went live, so everybody, there is a link to Machine's thing. So, you know, we don't have to rush over there yet, but I think, you know, next, I don't know how long his intro is going to be. But, you know.
It's usually
But,
about 20 minutes, isn't it?
Hey,
It's like 3 or 4 or 5 songs, and then then he starts talking.
Fucking awkward.
Well, I think it's hard to know things with certainty in life, but one thing I know for certain is that the industrial world order has been a failure. It's been more of a net negative than a positive. That I can say that. So yeah, and it causes more problems than good. Creates the problems it claims it can solve. Stuff like that. And it also alienates people, and it destroys the environment, and it also
what
destroys
does?
heroism. Stuff like
What,
that.
what does?
Yeah, what's wrong? You don't want to live in a big sprawling city like Cloud from Final Fantasy?
Well, actually, that's exactly the problem. Actually, Final Fantasy VII did kind of point to a lot of these problems. Actually, yeah, it did. Final Fantasy VII.
I
Midgar,
never made it off the first disc of that game.
yeah, Midgar is like BlackRock owned. I mean, imagine if BlackRock got even bigger and Vanguard got bigger. That's basically
Well,
Midgar.
what's wrong with BlackRock owning everything? See, here's the thing: is like I wouldn't care if a big company owns everything. If like they said like, hey, you know, we've already made our money. We don't really need to like charge you guys that much because we're actually just want to provide for you and like make it easier for you to like move around and do things that you want to do. Like, see, that's the thing is like
Spectrum loan.
if the corporations actually like did things that you like, you know, cleaned up the city and got rid of drugs and like made it like like easy to live a normal life, like I don't think people would complain as much. Right? See, that's what's kind of weird is like they're not even able to do that. So it's like, what value are they actually providing at the end of the day? It's like, yeah, I think that's. I don't. Most people are not like anti-fascist. They're actually just like, I want to get a better deal for the fascism. That's really what it's about. Right? They're like, can I just get like a pool and like clean water and good food and good neighbors and you know.
Yes, sign me up to be a slave. Yes, master.
Well, the thing is, like, we're already signing up to be slaves, but we don't even get a good deal for it. I mean, at least if you're gonna be a slave, get some good shit. You know? Like, make me want to say yes, master. Okay, yeah, come on. I was gonna say something more inappropriate, but I'm in public and I have a kid. So. But you get the idea.
Jeez.
Well, most empire building isn't done through virtuous action, though. I mean, most empires are built through like that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. Like it's normally the the small tribes or the small cities or villages that are more virtuous, but the empires tend to have more of a kind of myopic, power hungry attitude. You know what I mean? And empires have been all around the world. So I don't know. I don't know if empire building can. If there have been virtuous empire building, but I'm not sure. It's hard to say.
What about Rome? Come on, man. You don't want to be a slave in Roman times?
Well, Romans did use a lot of slaves as gladiators, but yeah, and then, I don't know if you want to be a gladiator, but yeah, like, I don't know, gladiators.
Well, at least before you die, you could say, were you not entertained or something? Come on now.
Yeah.
Definitely not amused.
Well, we have worse things than the Colosseum now, though. Like, at least we have much worse things than that now, than the Colosseum.
Yeah, come on, man. We at least we got bum fights now. Like the world has gotten better over time.
Yeah, if you want to, I guess, like use Steven Pinker's argument, I suppose you can say that.
Why
Steven
who doesn't
Pinker,
love a Steven Pinker?
he actually was lying about that still. He wasn't looking at the proportions, or he wasn't taking into account. Like, I think the 20th century was actually one of the bloodiest. Yeah, Yugoslavia War, you had World War II, you had Vietnam War, you had Cambodian War. I think Vietnam and Cambodia fought a very big war, and you also had Nanking. Yeah, a lot of crazy shit happening in the 20th century. Like, probably one of the bloodiest in all of human history.
Well, don't worry. You can just blame it all on Whitey, and everything gets better. So.
No, no way, no. I blame it on the nature of the technological industrial progress. You know what I mean? That's what I blame it on. So,
Well, Southeast Asia had a bunch of slaves and like bad stuff probably happening before. I don't know. See, that's what I don't like. I'm confused. Like, they don't really talk about the real history of like what was going on down there. Like the history of Cambodia, when they talk about like when the white man first came, or the Chinese went down there. I think the Chinese went down there first, right, and started hanging out with them like 1,000 years ago, when Angkor Wat was around or whatever. And they're talking about how like the women just walked around with no clothes on basically, and like they got to pick whoever they wanted to be with, and the kids were like just running around like crazy, and nobody really knew what to do. But the Chinese were like, how do they build all this stuff with like no social structure other than like one god king who just like declared whatever he wanted? But other than that, like people could basically do whatever they wanted. They're like, how is this possible? Didn't make any sense
most of
to them.
the Thai culture in the East come from Chinese influence, like Tang and Song dynasty comes from their influence. Like many people don't know this, but in Japan, the yokai are based on like something from Chinese called Yago or something, Yagoi or something like that. I cannot pronounce it. Yeah, a lot of Japanese and even Korean culture come from the Chinese though. I mean, influence. They were highly influential. You know what I mean? That's the way. It's like Mesopotamia and the Middle East or something. Like, they were highly influential, like Babylon and Assyrians. I think Persians were influential, but I think Assyrians were more important, to be honest. But they were very genocidal freaks, the Assyrians. I mean, they caused civilizational collapse, and then from Central Asia, the Persians were able to go and take advantage of that vacuum. But you had other groups too, like the Kassites and the Guccians, and there was a lot of diversity in the ancient world. Lots of diversity, and very complex though, and people. Yeah, I noticed that diversity died out everywhere. True diversity as technique grows. I mean, like, I remember reading France had like 16 or like 12 different ethnic groups. But then as industry grows, they move to the city, and that kind of destroyed the ethnic boundaries and stuff. So it was very different back then, more local.
That sounds like an anti-Semitic argument.
Yeah, they're fine. The Jews are fine with everyone losing their ethnic identity except for themselves. You know what I mean? That's really the problem. Like, they don't really care about. Like, I once saw this funny picture of a Jew looking through binoculars, and they saw like happy white kids and happy white families playing, and Then he put the binoculars down, and he said that there's something wrong with this. There's something wrong with it. And another detective was there, and he was kicking a rock. He said, "No, everything looks fine to me." And then he put the binoculars down. He saw the Junos. So I've always been trying to find that meme again, but I can't find that meme. It's funny meme. If anyone can find that meme, it's funny. If you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there are a lot of memes. So yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's the way they are, Like, but is the technique is the main thing to blame, not the Jays though. I think the Jays are the second.
Oh, so now that sounds very pro-Semitic of you.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. You know, I'm saying the first problem is the technique.
Philo-Semitic.
You making excuses for them. I knew it. You were crypto all along.
No, they still are pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah. Fun.
All right. Well, everybody seems to not have much to say, so we'll just go on over to the machine live. I put some links down there in the bottom for everybody, and let's go on down there and have ourselves a good old time on the shindig.